chilly. Sorry, my voice was kind of scratching on me. It's chilly here in North Georgia. It's been raining, and of course this week will be warm. We're not gonna have much of a winter here. About 40, high 40s today. It'll be 60 all week, 67 Thursday. Third week of November, and it's going to be 67. They've already told us we're going to have a warm winter, so. I'm kind of having a celebratory cigar because my Tigers said that, or they did what everyone said they couldn't do. And that's knock off number one. Number one just happened to be a team I despise. And of course I'm surrounded by Georgia fans because I live here. If you want to know that story, my dad grew up a Georgia Tech fan. So, beginning stages of my life, I was brought up to dislike Georgia very much. And then in 2004, some of you maybe remember this if you watch college football. 2004, I started to like Auburn. I was in 4th grade. They went undefeated. And then Ronnie Brown went to school right here in Cartersville High School. So that grew my dislike for Georgia even more, like in Auburn. And I bandwagoned before I knew what it was, but I stuck with them through the very painful last 14 or 13 years. I'm almost 23, and I started liking them when I was 10, so almost 13. We've had some highs and had some lows, for sure. And that was the only win I really cared about was that Georgia win, especially since they were number one. I had it marked on my calendar before the season even started. And I was telling everybody for the last 2 weeks that Georgia will be undefeated no more. And I was right, and everybody around here can't stand it. And that just makes me giddy with, I was so happy last night. Anyways, this is going to be a video about college football, so I'll get to this in a second. There's people that say, the Alabama's fan base spreads far and wide, and I don't understand why. Down here, it's insane. All the Alabama fans around here that live in Georgia. Now, granted, many of them are from Alabama. Many of them had family from Alabama. Many of them had family that went to Alabama. And I understand that. But a lot of people's bandwagoned over here on Alabama just because they've been winning so much. And for fans of the SEC, I live in the heart of SEC obviously. I live sports. I've watched football all my life, among other sports, and so I'd like to think I know what I'm talking about. Just a teensy bit. I don't know it all by far. But in my few short-lived years on this earth, to think that somebody from Jacob Easton from Washington really wants to go to Georgia. Now, there's some of them that do. Some of them want to get as far away from home as possible. Some of them really like the program, think they can thrive. But for somebody like No Sean Marino from New Jersey to come down here, somebody like Mark Ingram from Michigan to come to Alabama, and nobody thinks there's any kind of funny business involved in that. And it's not the schools that are paying. Like when Reggie Bush got on that trouble, he got a house and a car while he was still in college. The school didn't pay him any money. It was somebody else, an outside person. They can't accept any gifts or money while they're in school, and so they erased him from the history books. Gave up his Heisman, gave up the championship, all the championship, not all of them, but all those games they won. He's not even. There's no picture of him even around campus. In their trophy room, there's no sign of Reggie Bush anywhere in that school. Colleges keep a check on themselves. They have, I can't remember what they call it, but they watch themselves. So all those teams that have a high academic reputation, UCLA, Washington State, Northwestern, the list goes on, and those teams actually have a decent football program. Among other sports, UCLA's basketball program is bigger than their football program. But just teams like that where academics matter more than sports, but the sports are still fairly successful. They keep a watch. All the schools keep a watch on themselves. So that's why you never hear those schools having any kind of anything going on. The schools watch themselves, and then they report to the NCAA, and the NCAA they give out punishment if they see fit. So it's just like if you were at work and you saw a coworker steal something, you'd go and tell, and then they would hand down the punishment. So the schools watch themselves, but they don't punish themselves. And so in the SEC, where sports matter a little more than academics, not saying that they're not good academic schools to go to, because they are, you can get away with a little more. When it just came out that players from the 2010 Alabama team accepted money for autographs, and it took 7 years for that to get out. So what do you think is going to come out in 7 more years that might be going on right now? And then I lost my train of thought there. But anyways, there's no, like when Ole Miss got 2 of the top 4 recruits in the nation after they had gotten nobody. They were irrelevant in college football. All of a sudden, they get these 2 top recruits in the top 4 in the nation. And you just knew something was going on, and it was. Wouldn't you know? Last year, Baylor was ranked in the top 10. Their coach got in trouble, fired him and his coaching staff. They've won one game this year. So, you tell me what you think about corruption in college sports. Even if you don't hear about it, it's going on. Anyways, this is an aging room. It's the I'm trying to read it from the m356ii. Number 14 cigar of 2016. It's 93 rated, I think. About halfway through. Not halfway. A little less than halfway. But it's a good stick, for sure. Got cocoa, got pepper. A little bit of hay. It smells like... I shouldn't have done that. It smells like cocoa and hay before you light it up. The draw, before you light it, has cocoa. This is just a touch on the tight side, but as far as draw goes, this is very good though. Everybody says that you're supposed to take one long draw. It's whatever. But anyways, that was my college football rant. This is also a small batch, which it means they didn't make a lot of them. So this is fairly rare. If you can get a hold of any of them, I would definitely recommend it. I had a little moment earlier, and this is going to sound really dumb and really I don't know, it's just going to sound really stupid. You're going to think I'm stupid, but I was trying to decipher between, people say pepper and black pepper and then spicy pepper. I guess they wouldn't really say pepper for spice. They would just say spice. But I was eating, this is going to sound dumb, I was eating salt and pepper pork rinds earlier. And then the pepper taste I could get from them, it's like the same that I get from cigars every now and then. So I'm like, this is what, the same taste in my throat kind of is the same taste that pepper would give off in a cigar, almost. So it kind of helped me decipher what I would look for, and it took me that long to figure it out. So when people said pepper, I always thought they meant spice. So I was kind of shied away from cigars with pepper in them. This has got just enough. It was pretty good. It's got it's not overwhelming at all. It's kind of in the back. I don't know what you call that. In the background? I don't know. Anyways, getting close to my time limit here, so I'm going to sign off here. I did make the videos about my Veterans Day thing, but I took them down. Just kind of didn't feel right about it. But I did get good feedback on them, so thank you if you did see them. Thank you for the feedback, and I think my next video will be my package from London whenever it gets here. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.